Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video. My wife cheating on our 10-year anniversary. Yep. TL, doctor says it all. My 35 male, wife, 35 female, and I were married 10 years ago yesterday. She has been working on a big project for the last few months. The last 4 weeks or so she has been putting in extra time, staying late going in early, to finish up by deadline. This is a career maker for her. I work construction. With the rain we have had, we have crazy hours trying to make up time that we missed. So I work 12 hours on the days it's nice, sometimes a little longer. If it's raining when I get up I don't go in. Some days we get sent home when it starts, too dangerous. I usually hit the gym for an hour or two. Thursday we started at 6 a.m. mid-morning, starts to rain hard. We go home. I go to the gym as usual. I cut the workout short and head downtown to see wife Megan, to give her flowers and make plans for dinner that night if possible. We really haven't seen much of each other this week. I went to bed about 9 p.m. She wasn't home, called her earlier. She is working late. Not unusual for past month. I stopped and got some flowers and went into her building about 12:30. Nicole was at the receptionist desk. I told her I got here later than I wanted. Could she put the flowers on Megan's desk? She said, I don't think they went to lunch yet, why not drop them off yourself? She buzzed the door to get back to the offices. The place was deserted. I went to her office, the door was closed. I always walk in unless the receptionist tells me she is in a meeting. I walk in, some guy is standing behind her nuzzling her neck, she is reaching back over his head. She is giggling only as she can. Saying, we got to get this done. I am gut punched. I slammed the flowers down, said happy anniversary and walked out. I didn't hear what she said, just went past Nicole, said goodbye and left. Made it to elevators and out the building, then my phone started ringing. I bawled my eyes out all the way home. Went into garage, pulled my camping gear out of the rafters and took off. I drove about 2 hours to a state park. I had no idea what to do. I just had to run. I hiked a trail we have been on in the past, about a 3-hour hike. I don't drink much, so I had no booze, I just sat there thinking. Looking back, I am glad I was in a rush. Normally I bring a 45 calories. With me camping, we have black bears, which generally scare off, but get aggressive if hungry or cubs around. The way I was feeling, I might have ate the barrel that night. My phone was blowing up from Megan, so I had turned it off. I left the park to get reception, turned it on to see my good friend called. I called him back. He said Megan called him to check on me, make sure I didn't do anything. We talked a bit, told him I got to think this through, would catch up on Friday. So while I am thinking about this, I go over our marriage from the beginning to see what I missed. We come from completely opposite backgrounds. My grandfather raised me with my mom. He taught me about life. He had a little saying about everything. He told me marriage would be the hardest jobs he ever had, you had to work on it every day. I miss him. We did not have much, heard mom and grandpa having many discussions about bills. They worked hard, and my brother and I did not miss out on anything we knew of. Megan was born into money. Not overly rich but very comfortable. Went to a great college, always great clothes, new car, etc., and she is beautiful, 11/10 beautiful. I would joke with her if she coughed about the silver spoon getting stuck in her throat. We met, hit off, started dating. I was dumbfounded how such a woman would ever be with me. We dated quite a while before she told me about her parents and lifestyle. Our friends called us the model couple, because they thought we were so good looking we had to be models. Families were not as kind, afraid of the differences economically would come into play. Her dad and I started to get along, but my mom took some convincing. She graduates, gets her first job, we plan on getting married. We work out between us that we would expose each other to our lives that we live. I took her whitewater rafting, she took me to the symphony, we went ziplining, we went to an art opening, etc. We agreed we had to experience the other's interests. She was really enthused about the more physical things we did. I kinda like the symphony and such. I own 2 tuxes now. I look back and do not see any red flags. Her first 2 jobs she quit because the men all tried to get in her pants. She was paraded out in front for photo ops. Invited to conferences when other newbies were not. At dinner at a conference, a partner tried to get her drunk, then tried to force himself into her room that night. She quit, the next job the same thing, quit again. This 3rd job has women as some of the partners, and none of that BS is in her workplace. She seems very happy. We seemed very happy. So now, Friday, I am home. I called her. Asked where she was, back at work. I, being in a mood, said that the marriage is taking second place to her job. She responded, since I would not talk, what was she to do? Fair enough. She will be home in an hour. So I wait. I want to save our marriage. If I am lacking in providing, then I want to fix it. I want to ask why, of course, but I cannot accept a IDK answer. How do I phrase this? What else should I be asking? I know I will get all emotional and forget everything, so over the next few days we will be going over and over this. What she did is wrong, but please no degrading comments, she is still my wife. Thank you in advance. Update 1. Update: my wife cheated on 10-year anniversary. Okay, here is an update from last couple days. I am exhausted, sorry for the bad form that is about to happen. Wife and I had a marathon talking session on Friday until late night. I started by asking that she be honest in all answers and be complete. Do not tell me half-truths that have to be asked several different ways to get a complete answer. She agreed. I started with why? Answer: IDK. Kinda of what was expected. We went round and round on this. Finally I said, how many times did you have? Started to dodge, but when I let out a sigh and shook my head, she said 6 or 7 times. That started things rolling. I kept my cool. How long? Last 3 weeks. Back to why? Could not give an answer. Do you still love me? Yes. Saying it because we are done trying save marriage? No, with some conviction. Do you find me attractive? Yes. Why? Still can't answer. Am I not giving you something you were looking for? Here she hesitated but quickly recovered. I knew I was on to something. Could not the nut though. Finally about midnight I was tired, she was tired. I said, Megan, you are an intelligent woman. I cannot believe you cannot articulate the why I am asking about. She started crying, saying she is trying to answer my questions. I said, okay, enough for tonight, time for bed. She starts to walk toward the door. I asked where she was going. To my parents' house. I told her that this is our house. I am not asking you to leave. She stopped crying at that point. I said, we are not divorced or separated. That may come, but for now we need to be together until we sort this out. We actually slept in the same bed, not in case you are going to ask. I am up almost most of the night. I am reading some of the comments and DM. Had some great comments and back and forth with a few people. One told me that women generally marry up in social status. We were unusual. Maybe second thoughts. One suggested that maybe I was right, that I was not fulfilling something for her. But one told me that there was a post a few days ago describing this scenario, but from the women's view, asking what she should do. He could not find it on the subs. He looked at r/surviving infidelity and r/infidelity. So I pulled up Reddit, put in Megan's account, looked at her history. Bingo. She was the one who posted. So this morning, bright but early, we start again. This is really long, I know. Please mod, stay with me. Couple of things to clean up. Much talk about Megan's first 2 jobs. None of you were there when she got off that plane and collapsed into my arms. We weren't married yet. Harassment is real. Report it to who? The guy owned the company. She did right and quit. The second job was more of the same. She left as soon as she felt uncomfortable. So do all those bad-mouthing her actions. Next up, I asked for civility in treating Megan. There were some that just showed there and spoke out anyway. I asked for advice but put down, called names. Someone said the kind Reddit community has offered great advice. I call BS. They for the most part offered insults, bad language, very little insight. Thank you to the kind people who DM you, were the best. Those that shared their stories, I appreciate you and hope your journey from here is a smooth one. Want to know about Nicole? Nope. Want to know what the future holds? Nope. Oh, and her post will be removed.